Welcome everyone. Welcome to the BioLabs Bio booth in 2026. Welcome to the b.empowered podcast here. My name is Max Pullman. I'm site director in one of our newest sites in Munich, and I'm sitting here with Vincent Bouget, CSO of Scienta. Is it Scienta?
Scienta, exactly.
So happy to have you here. Maybe tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you doing there?
Yeah. Thank you very much for the invitation first. So I'm going to start by introducing myself. So I'm Vincent. I'm Chief Scientific Officer at Scienta and co-founder of the company. Looking forward to discussing what we do in the company and what we and very privileged to be there at BioLabs for this discussion.
Sure. So, what are you doing at Scienta? Is it? I guess it's an AI first company, right? That's what I read. So, what kind of problems are you solving? Are you working on a drug discovery, right? Mainly. So what's your USP? What are you doing there?
Yeah, exactly. So Scienta is a tech bio company located in Paris, and what we do is that we model the immune system. So the goal is really computationally to have a computational model of the immune system. And the way we apply that is to support the research and development of new drugs. Our customers are drug developers, biotech and pharma companies. The main question they have is my drug candidate going to be efficient, and in what patients or population? So we leverage our AI-powered modeling of the immune system to support them into addressing these questions.
So at what end does Scienta come in? Are you more on the preclinical side or then more towards actually early clinical trials? Like, as far as I understood, you're translating basically, right?
Yeah, so we really have this translational research focus. So everything that comes from late preclinical, I would say, when you have a drug candidate or even the therapeutic target that you would like to validate, and you are asking this question of whether it will, the efficacy that you observed in preclinical model will translate into human efficacy. So that's, we start there, and then we end at, I would say, end of phase 2, when you have your phase 2 completed, and you are starting to address this other question of drug response biomarkers. In what patients or population will I have the highest efficacy, and where I will differentiate from approved mechanism of action. So these are all these steps throughout all these decision points that you have throughout the translational research in immunology we address now.
So I mean, obviously it's a very crowded space. So what makes you? Are you simply better than competitors, or are you quicker? So what differentiates you?
Yeah, so I would say that we have strong benchmarks of our technology, our AI technology against competition, and we demonstrated that we outperform them for immunological diseases especially. And I would say that all of our differentiation comes from the fact that we are specific to immunology. Mm-hmm. Due to that, we have proprietary data for immunological conditions and very specific modeling for the immune system. So when other companies are leveraging I would say generalistic or oncology disease models and try to replicate that into immunology, they usually face these two modes that we have, and they really struggle to achieve similar performances.
So I mean, I imagine this just being I guess you're a scientist, right? So I just imagine finding this balance between driving forward your innovation and your technology, and then also kind of developing a business model at the same time is kind of challenging at some point. So how do you manage? I guess in the AI field, everything is moving so quickly, you don't really have time, right, to stop and make your model perfect or something. You need to immediately use it for something, but then also move on at the same time. How do you balance that? Is it just through the size of your team that you have enough people to develop a new part of the model while you're selling the old one, or do you have any strategies to do that? I just assume it's overwhelming to be in a field that is so quickly moving forward, especially in the past couple of years where you really I feel like 2 years ago nobody really was using AI in their everyday life, and nowadays it's just everywhere. So I assume that, I mean, you're probably ahead of the curve with what you can do and what you know about AI, but still, I guess competition is not really sleeping as well. So you probably have to make sure you stay afloat, making sales, sell your product at the same time, have the next 2 or 3 products already, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. That there is this conundrum that you need to deliver and to have commercial traction if you want to raise funds and continue the journey, obviously. But on the other hand, as you mentioned, there is this AI is budding and innovation is coming very, very fast. So you need to invest a lot on R&D if you want to keep the path. So the way we do that is obviously we have major investments on our R&D part in order to stay ahead of the competition on the AI modeling of the immune system. And in order to, but from the start of the journey when we launched the company, we've always been we have always ensured that all of our R&D efforts are made in collaboration with our biopharma partners, mostly biotech companies, I would say. And so all of the R&D effort that we have are made in collaboration with them to ensure that we have metrics that we can, very concrete metrics, in order to measure whether our R&D directly impacts our capability to deliver our commercial contracts. And it's extremely difficult to have that because linking AI R&D with concrete commercial metrics on biology is a major challenge that we have right now in the AI for biology field. It's very difficult to assess models, and I would say that having this link for us has been, it took a lot of time to build this benchmark, but now that we have it, it's very valuable. Mm-hmm. So we still invest a lot on AI R&D, but it needs to be linked to concrete commercial traction, enabling new use cases or improving performances for our current use cases.
So obviously you're a resident in Paris, of Biolabs Paris. Does that help in any way? Do you have any, so I assume you don't do any wet lab yourself, right? So, but you need to apply your models, right? So is that helpful that you're in an environment where there's a lot of companies using wet lab, developing drugs? Do you work with them, or do you find your clients outside of Biolabs? So what is the benefit that you can get out of this ecosystem that you're embedded in?
Yeah, sure. So we do have wet labs through collaborations.
Okay.
We do have a proprietary biobank too that we leverage mostly to validate our findings, but also to develop our proprietary data sets. And I would, in fact, we are incubated in Biolabs. I don't know if you've been there, but the place.
I've been in Hotel Dieu.
Yeah, exactly.
Not in the lab,
amazing.
unfortunately.
That's the first thing that every time that we invite a partner there, and you have this view on Notre Dame, I would say that it's crazy and it makes an impression on the partner, I would say. And second thing is that it's a very vivid ecosystem that we have in Biolabs. In Hotel Dieu, only I think it's maybe 20 or more biotechs and tech bio partners that we have there, and entrepreneurs. So it's an extremely vivid ecosystem, and you can share ideas and create partnership very fast there. And the last thing important through Biolabs is really to have this access to the larger ecosystem globally, to connect with peers, but also to connect with universities. So I think that's the last piece of this of the value that we get through this Biolab ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, I assume your client base is companies that are, I mean, they need to be in a state where they are entering clinical trials, right? So do you find, are you working more with big pharma, or is it more medium-sized, smaller companies? And I mean, out of personal interest, I worked a lot with animals in my past time as a scientist. Is there any way that you make it easier for the preclinical stuff to be replaced, and also make it cheaper so that more small companies can approach a stage where they can actually, instead of selling their company very early on, just get into that clinical stage? Is that a thing that you can facilitate with your
exactly.
products?
So the key use case that we have are, I'm in preclinical and I need to make a decision on which indication I will select, for instance, for clinical development. Or I'm in clinical development and I'm wondering what's the patient's population where my drug would be more efficient and where I will differentiate from competition. So transitioning from preclinical to early clinical and transitioning from early clinical to clinical development in immunology is our core expertise. And we come at this decision point. Usually, we have data available. The customer has data available, but they need to align different stakeholders. And we come as I would say, the predictive layer on top of the data package that they have, in order to see in a data-driven fashion what will be the best decision to make. So that's the way that we support these drug developers in their journey.
Makes sense. I mean, I think we're almost at the end. So to finish up, going with the slogan of the whole conference, driven by purpose. So what's your purpose? What drives you? What gets you out of bed in the morning? Is it helping smaller companies? Is it solving complex puzzles? Is it helping to develop more drugs? So
Yeah.
what's your...
So personally, what I'm extremely hyped about is personalized medicine. So the idea that tomorrow we will stop to cure or to address a disease. We'll start to treat. We won't treat disease anymore. We will treat people. We'll treat patients individually. So based on your individual underlying biology, based on the symptoms that you have, you specifically will create a treatment or a treatment pathway specifically for you. So that's what I'm extremely interested about. So that's what we try to enable as a company or to participate in creating. And I feel that in order to make it possible, we really need to transition from biology, which is I would say a science where validation is extremely difficult. You run the same analysis twice. To transition from there to an engineered process where you can replicate easily the analysis to replicate your discoveries, to validate them extremely fast, and so on. And for that, we require these new innovations where AI is a piece of that, and that's also the goal of the company, I would say, to enable that in immunology and in translational research.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for this very quick interview here, and good luck with Scienta in the future.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Thanks for the discussion.
Yeah, and whenever I'm in Paris, I come
Yeah,
and
sure.
look
Please
at
do.
what you're building there. All right, thank you.